Hey guys, we didn't get the win. We almost lost. I was pretty upset for a lot of the game. It's going to be an interesting review. Going to rant a little in this one, I think. I will go into some player rankings a bit too. But anytime we draw or lose or have a weird performance or weird game, I don't know. Just I don't like to go too much into the player reviews when that happens. But anyways, you know what? I'm going to start off by saying I don't think we should have Benteke in there starting. I know we're short on strikers right now. By the way, I do feel bad for Daniel Sturridge. I know a lot of people make fun of him. I'm sure I've taken a few shots. But I actually had a couple injuries the last few... one last month on my hip and then another one on my thigh, and the thigh one was when I was playing football, and I re-injured something, and it actually felt like there was a tearing where I couldn't even kick the ball, guys. The thing is when you're playing at a high level in professional sports and you get an internal injury like that you might not be able to tell on the surface and in the muscles or some kind of tearing, it could be really bad. So I feel bad for Sturridge. And, you know, it's been a long, hard road of pain, no pun intended there, for us and Daniel Sturridge with this whole thing. So, you know what, guys, I do feel bad for him. But back to Benteke. You know what? There's games where if you're going to lob it in, it's great. He might get 3 goals. He could get a whole bunch of opportunities. But, you know what? In my opinion, it's more of a one-dimensional game offensively when... You know, your main objective is to try to lob it in. I find that the crosses or the lobs can be wasted opportunities. I'd much rather hold the ball a lot of those times and pass it around, but not pass it around too much. It's another thing I'm going to get into. We were passing a lot this game. We were playing pretty hard. Things looked okay. We got the first goal. Henderson got the goal. We looked pretty good. Then West Brom got their 2 goals, both off corners, which it's going to happen. Mignolet shouldn't have come out if he wasn't going to punch the ball. He missed the punch on the first one, so it's totally Mignolet's fault on the first one. The second one, I think, was just a good corner, and they had 2 guys. Lovren went up for the header. You know, you're not always going to get in there, not always going to get in that spot to head it out. He tried. You know, it happens. So they got the second goal. I didn't really blame Lovren for that goal. It was a well-taken corner. That being said, you know, if you're going to have a guy like Benteke in there and you're going to want crosses or corners, you're going to have to create the corners. You're going to have to shoot. We weren't shooting the ball enough. And when we were, you know, I mean, Lallana could have had that goal in there later on in the game. But I don't know. I was just disappointed. The guys were trying. I had a lot of markings, positives. I was like, wow, we're looking good. I think West Brom did get lucky. I think Klopp has to start changing a bit of tactics as well. And I've been huge on Klopp, and I still am. But I'm starting to see a thing that I'm not liking. I don't know why he wouldn't have started Firmino. And I'm going to say it right now, guys, I don't know why Teixeira's not in there. I don't like it. I've been holding back. I trust Klopp. But a kid with that talent, how can you not have him in there? It's not like he's going to make silly mistakes because of his age. He's just so good when he's on there. And I hate to say it, but this is similar to the Rodgers thing now. And that's where I have a mark against Klopp. But I know he's trying to give the guys a fair shot. He's trying to give them confidence, and you can't do that if you don't give them a spot, if you don't give them room to run, literally and figuratively. You know, he's even said he wasn't going to buy a whole bunch of new players for January. So, you know, like, I understand what Klopp's doing, and it is smart. But just throw Teixeira in there, man. Like, I've had it. I can't take it anymore. We can't take any more pain. I just know Teixeira would be absolutely sensational in there. There's got to be a way to work him in there, but I don't know. Maybe Klopp is just playing some politics right now, to keep the equilibrium of the team good. But I mean, I don't see what's better than winning to solve that, So disappointed. I feel bad for Lovren. He went down hard. He was hurt, and I don't think it was because of the hit by the whoever slid into him. He hit the ball first. It's going to happen. It was a fair challenge. He caught Lovren on the knee and cut him open. But I think Lovren was screaming because his cleat was planted in the ground and his knee and leg went like that while the cleat was in there. And it looks like he's probably gone for the season. I tried to find some reports on him. All I know is he left on crutches. Couldn't find anything from LFC's Facebook page. Didn't see anything on Twitter yet. But he's probably gone for the season, guys. I've done something similar, probably. If he's torn a ligament, then definitely I've done something similar because I have torn a ligament. And it was when I was playing as a goalie, as a keeper, and I had to run out on a 3-0 breakaway to save the ball. This is the last time I had played in any kind of league when I was probably 14, 15 years old, I guess. And yeah, I came out to challenge it, and the guy was trying to go around me because I was pretty much outside of the box. It was they were going to score, so I had to come out, and I went to go. I actually had it pretty good, and I went to go to my right. And as I went to turn, because he was trying to deke me, I was going to grab the ball. As I went to turn, my cleat was planted in the ground. The studs were planted. So, boom, I turned one way. My leg stayed put. And my knee, the ligaments had to take the brunt of it, which is a tear. I had a cast on for all. This was, it's funny. Get a little sidetracked here, guys. It was the evening before the last day of summer school. So summer school, if you guys don't know, is when you go to school to pick up some extra credits if you didn't do so well. But you're going to school in the summer, so it just sucks. And it was the last night before summer school was going to end. So my summer would have started, what was left of it, and I tore my ligament, and that was the end of that. So. It hurt so bad when I did that too. I remember screaming, swearing, pounding the ground with my fists. But yeah, if that's the case, he's going to be out for probably at least 6 months if it's a torn ligament. And to get back on it, to get strong on it, takes a lot of physio, a lot of stretching. So he's probably gone. I would say he's gone for the season. If I'm gonna say it without any news reports, I would assume he's gone. But maybe it looked worse than it was. Hopefully there's no tearing. But I'm telling you guys, he's not screaming that way based on the cut on his knee. He's screaming because of the internal tear. I'm gonna assume because I've had the same reaction before. So, Lovren, man, you were good. Lovren, I'm gonna go into a player ranking right now. He was sensational. I could have given 1- for kind of losing the ball or losing a chance for a second, but he got back quick, blocked it, did a sensational move to save that, so I negated it, didn't give him a minus. I have him for 11 positives, no minuses. I didn't minus him for their second goal. I felt he got up enough to try and challenge for it. They had 2 guys on him. It was a well-taken corner. It's going to happen, That's what happens if your offense is stagnant and you have the possession too long. They're going to come back and score. It's almost, I felt like we were just unlucky today in a lot of ways. But I feel bad. I feel like we're always going through something, man. I feel like complaining, I'm really upset. Like, it's always something, injuries and silly games dropped and, the whole Rodgers thing, Suarez leaving, we can go back and all this stuff. I just feel like we're always against the grain, and it's not fair. And I know that might sound like a cop out, but that's how I sincerely feel with our team, guys. But I'm really upset. I'm glad Origi came in there and scored that goal. I might do a reaction vid. There's going to be some cool things in there if I do, but I don't do it for draws or losses. I might make an exemption because it was nice. I was saying, come on guys, scores. Let's win for Lovren. Origi came in and scored, and that goes back to what I'm saying, guys. Like, the passing the ball is great. Wanting to get the right shot, give up a good shot for a great shot. I get it. That's good. It's good football. But you can't keep passing to no end. You've got to take chances. And Origi's goal was a deflection, right? You know, and if you're going to have Benteke out there, you're going to want corners. You're going to have to shoot to get the corners, to ricochet off people. You know, there's just disappointed. Just not happy with today. The performance, the energy of the guys, the intensity was there. But I found when Lovren actually got hurt, then they really, and Origi came on and like, then they were fighting. Then they were playing like how we were running at City. And even the Southampton game, like that game was good. We put 6 goals in. I was all pumped up. The whole everybody's on fire thing. Everybody's Klopp's son. It was great. But we looked our best against City. We were just smoking them. We were running at them. Just awesome. So I have not seen that since that game. The Southampton game was good. Not so bad. Pretty close. But we got to up our intensity. And the guys are running. It's not just running fast. It's like how you run. You know, how you think when you're running at a guy. You got to be running like I'm taking this game. You got to take it by will. It's not just by the physical. It's the mental with the physical. Okay, you can run as fast as you want, but if your mind isn't in a certain mindset, it's the killer instinct. You gotta go for it. You gotta know that in your mind, I'm not letting this team win against us. I'm not letting them get the ball right now. You gotta be dominant in your mind first and foremost to even set yourself up for such kind of play. And as a team, it's only that much more difficult to get everyone on the same level. But you see what happens. Lovren goes down, major injury. Chan's waving over the medics. He's like, wow, okay, this is bad. You see the sense of the alert. Regardless of the game, they felt bad for Lovren. It jolted him up. It woke him up. And look, all of a sudden, boom, 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 Origi scores. And we're actually trying. And you got to have that passion all the time. So, big negative against the team for not having that passion today. You know, I don't know. We just need to. I'm really happy with Klopp. I'm really impressed in a lot of ways. I'm not down and out. I don't feel like we have no chance to win the league now. I still think we do. But it's getting shaky, guys, and we're blowing opportunities. Like when everybody's bombing their games, or a lot of teams are, you know, we can't blow these opportunities. But you know, we're up against the grain here. You know what, guys? I'm not even gonna go into the rankings. I've got so many positives for people. It's not even gonna make sense to rank players today. I'm not gonna rank anyone. This is a rant video. You know, I'll be quite honest with you guys. I don't even get to enjoy the game as much as you guys when I'm marking these guys with a notepad. I don't know. Maybe I should stop doing it. The thing is when they go off and have a great game, or unnoticed things or unfair things, like I'll catch it by marking it. So I give you guys much better rankings when I mark. Even in this game, I would give a solid assessment. But I don't know. I just don't care if we're going to tie and lose. I don't want to rank players if we're. It's more fun when you're winning, you know. That's just me. You know, what are you going to do? Everyone has their preferences. If you guys really want me to, I will. But right now in this vid, I'm just not having it today. I'm just upset, man. Like, we're so much better, and you know what? We've got all the injuries. It's really hard, man. You know, and we're still. The funny thing is, you throw Teixeira in there. I mean, I don't know where you'd put him. You can. The thing about Teixeira is you could put him anywhere, I think, and he'd be fine, except for goalie. Probably be good as goalie too, but Just kidding around, guys. But yeah, I don't know. You put him in there. Imagine him, Coutinho, Firmino in there, Moreno running around from the full back spot. We'd be gunning it. Lallana looked great today, guys. I will touch on the players today individually, and maybe I will rank them, but disappointing. I'm just not having it. I'm getting upset. So, at least we got the draw. At least we picked up the point. Who will I talk about? Anyone who didn't play that great, I'm not going to talk about. Klein iffy. Mignolet was, a couple big minuses there. Skirtle was fine, but I didn't have many markings for him, only 2 positives. Lovren was great. I mentioned him before. Moreno was okay, but then had 3 minuses with 6 positives. Milner was pretty good, had 7 positives, 1 minus. Henderson looked good out there, had the goal, 6 positives, 1 minus. Chan looked okay. He was playing pretty good. 10 positives, 2 minuses. Coutinho was all right, but his shots were not spectacular. Like, it was just so obvious what we were doing in our offense. And that's not Coutinho's fault. I thought he had a good game. He did have I'll give it an assist. If it's a great pass to a pass that leads to a goal, I count that as an assist. Like in hockey, he did cross that ball over to Lallana, who crossed it to Henderson. It was spectacular. Coutinho, I had maybe like 8 pluses in there, no minuses. He was good. Benteke, this is the thing. A lot of people say Benteke didn't do anything, had a horrible game. I don't think he did. I have 9 positives, no minuses for Benteke. They're grabbing him in there, guys. He's not... When you're that big and you're that much of a threat, he is in there for a reason, okay? Like, Klopp is putting him there. I'm speaking kind of against my own train of thought, but Klopp's putting him in there for a reason. But these guys, they're going to grab him. They're going to hold him back. They got big guys in there, too. And the ref's not going to call that stuff. He's not going to give him penalties for a little shirt grabbing. It's part of the game, So, unless you're from behind grabbing the shirt and it's obvious, they're never going to call that. So, they can quarantine Benteke pretty well. But that being said, the ball bounces. He gets the ball free in that zone. He's going to put it in. That happens a couple times. He's pretty much a shoo-in for a goal there. But... again, I wouldn't want to rely on those bounces. I'd much rather rely on our speed. Especially if you're passing the ball in and out like we were doing. I wouldn't even call it overpassing, because every time that we were doing it, it was warranted in the type of play. But you take Benteke out there, you have another fast guy running around and more switching. It's going to create havoc for the defenders if you do that. Just look at the City game, guys. I rest my case. And I know Benteke was thrown on later on in that City game, but I think we looked our sharpest with Coutinho and Firmino in there. I don't know why Firmino was on the bench. Coutinho obviously came off because of the calf injury, so he wasn't going to get a full 90 minutes. Klopp had to take him off there, so to make sure he doesn't, aggravate it again. Benteke was pretty good. Lallana, amazing. 13 positives with the assist. What am I going to do? Bust the scales on a game like that? No. I'm not even going to rank the guys. It's a rant. So, sorry guys. I'm still positive. As much as I'm ranting, I love Klopp. I love the team. I'm liking what I'm seeing. The Newcastle glitch. Now we've got the West Brom. I don't know what to call it. I won't call it a glitch now because Coutinho was in there, but then Firmino wasn't in there, right? So, I don't know. I'd put Teixeira on, and I'd have a way to have Coutinho, Firmino, and Moreno in there. Maybe take off Klein, put in Brad Smith. Lovren's injured now. Sacco, is he ready to come back in? Flanagan's back in training, full training. Is he going to ever come back in now? If we have to, you move Chan back in. You do what Rodgers had to do last year. You put Chan back there. I don't care. I'm telling you, I would play Teixeira over Chan. I'm tired of the politics. I'm tired of internationals being favored over a better player who's a kid who doesn't get any playing time. I'm tired of it, man. I really like Klopp, but I've got a rant. I've had enough. So that's my thoughts. Heck, I'd even put Teixeira on fullback, on the wing. Imagine that. So, yeah, what am I going to do? Rant for the rest of the video? So we got 20 minutes, good ranting for you guys. I think it's pretty good that I unleashed that. Let's see what else we got here. So looking at the fixtures, I'll look at the standings in a second, but the fixtures, no extra games, no Capital One or Europa games. FA Cup starts in early January. We've got Watford next on the road. You know what? I don't think they've been playing too bad. It's either them or Norwich, who's actually, I can't remember, but any team, we got to come out full guns blazing and beat them. And then the Leicester game. And Leicester hasn't even played yet. That's the thing right now. Without even looking at the fixtures, I know we're 9 points from the top. Oh, the fixtures are right there anyways. Good. Okay, so we're 9 points from the top because Arsenal won. City could have dropped that game. They didn't. They got lucky. United dropped the game. That was great. Bournemouth beating them. I hate to say it, but I want Chelsea to win. I want Chelsea to beat Leicester. No points. Maybe 1 point. Maybe a draw just to keep the pressure on Chelsea. You know, Newcastle's past Chelsea now too, and Swansea can go, and Norwich. Oh, okay. So it was Watford that's doing well. They're ahead of us. Alright, guys, I've had enough. We've got to turn this around. We're heading in the right direction. It's 2 Premier games where we've been iffy, but I think that's Klopp's selection. Obviously, the injuries are just killing us. I mean, could you imagine if we weren't injured with Ings and Sturridge? Like, I don't even want to get started, man, on a whole other rant about that. Like, we're so against the grain up the hill, it's ridiculous. And we're still, I think it's 9th spot we're in right now. Like, we're still formidable. We're still a good team. We're still strong. We can still win the league. I'm still going to believe it. I'm still going to stay with my pick. Still going to say it in my vids. You know, Leicester, yeah, if they draw, then we're still 9 games. Or 9.9 games. Ugh. 9 points, which is 3 games behind at half of the... Just about half the season. 19th game's half the season. We've played 16. So we'll see. I don't know. You know, be epic if we pulled it off, guys. You gotta hope. You gotta believe. You gotta have fun. You gotta live. Especially when there's reason to. So that's it for the vid, guys. You know, we got the Watford game. Let's get the win there. The Leicester game, gotta win that. It's at Anfield too. Little Boxing Day Christmas present for us, I hope. And yeah, let's go get them. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. See you guys next time. Take care.